I'm going to show you my top 7 shots with the Skydio 2 from this weekend's ride on my e-bike. But more importantly, after this little video is done, we're going to go back and re-watch the shots from first person point of view because I had an Insta360 mounted on top of my helmet. And sometimes it's super amazing and exciting to watch the Skydio 2 react to the obstacles more than the actual shots it gets sometimes. Let's check it out. Okay, so that was the quick edit. So we're going to get into the footage now. Now we're going to go back and review the clips that I just showed you. And we're also going to look at the angle from the Insta360 that I had rolling there. Now I really enjoy the Insta360 because it can capture anything and then later on you frame it up. And one of the best parts of flying with the Skydio when you're in the right environment is really watching it work its magic and then coming back to see what kind of shots it actually is captured. So I want to take a minute really quick. If you're enjoying the little video you saw right now, if you could smash the like button or hit follow on the channel, that would be amazing and I would greatly appreciate it. I'm actually going to do another video just like this, but I had my electric skateboard out there. So I have an e-skate with 8-inch all-terrain tires. We were ripping through the grass. Different experience. But what we're going to see is the way that the Skydio reacts. And one of the things that I really enjoy with having the Skydio and getting special shots like this is keeping the drone to the front of me, whether that's front left, front right, or dead center. And if you have the ability to pull a quick left or a right to kind of throw it off track, it's usually when you get the best whipping and panning shots as it tries to get back around and in front of you. For these ones too as well, because I was in a controlled environment for the most part, I also like to disable the height floor, and I position the drone about 6 to 8 feet off of the ground in its closest setting. Or sometimes as I push it back into click number 2 or 3, I'll drop it back down. It gives me a better angle as the drone is recording. I like it, so instead of it being up so high like it's programmed to do, shooting down on you and all you see is ground, I can get a little bit of a lower angle and it actually looks like I have some kind of friend running a camera, my Skydio. So let's jump into the footage here and we'll break it down and we'll see what we get. Okay, for the first shot here, we're riding up the road, and I cut this clip short for the sake of time, but I'm going to pull a quick right. And what you're not going to see in this clip from the Skydio is that as I turn right, there's a big tree. But as we switch over here to the Insta360 footage, you can see him heading up. You can see the drone's fairly low off of the ground. And as I turn right up here, you can see the trees, and it's going to get bumped into that, and it's actually going to get stuck. So shot number 2 here is a continuation of number 1. The Skydio got caught in that tree. So as we switch to the Insta360, it was following behind me, trying to find a way to make its move to get back ahead and in front of me, and it makes this huge leap, which is always impressive to see in real time. So shot number 3 came out incredible. So as I was coming down that full grass path, I'd also increased the distance of the drone by 1 to 2 clicks. So while it was trying to find its bearing and increase the distance as programmed, I got this super stunning shot where it's pushing through and around all of the trees as I came down through this path. So when we switch over to the Insta360 footage, you'll get a better sense of where the drone was, how it was leaping over the trees trying to correct, and right when it thought it had a lock on me, I give a quick little right and a left down into this little pathway. So you can't really see it hop far off to the right side, but it definitely does. So clip 4 exists between number 2 and 3 actually, and I was pushing the drone forward as we had seen, and I made a quick right. It followed me through the trees and then jumped back in front. So you can see here it's right in front of me, it's really low, and as I hook a right, it comes behind me. It's like, wait, I didn't plan to go that way. It follows me, and then it makes this nice little leap once again right in front. So clip 5, I decided to have the drone trail me from behind. I kept it pretty close. I don't remember if this was setting 1 or 2, but I kept it low enough that I knew it was going to be able to duck under these trees and dodge some of these as we went through this little S-curve here. Sometimes it's really fun to go back and watch what the rear view looks like, because then you can see how it's trailing behind you, and it's super impressive how the sensors can compensate for the trees and duck around underneath and around and not hit anything. Nothing a DJI could ever do. Once again, I have the drone in front of me, probably at its closest setting. I know that I'm going to go through this little S-curve up here, so I increase the distance a couple times. It gets pushed into the trees, naturally. It gets left behind. It's wondering, what should I do? It sees the clearing. It's like, oh no, I need to be in front of you again. It sees an opportunity. Once again, you get this awesome sweep and pan where it's trying to do what it's supposed to do, which is be in front of you. And that's how you get an amazing shot out of this. I almost think this footage from the Insta360 is equally as impressive because we get to see myself pushing the drone. I'm going to run it straight forward really quick. You see how it starts to get stuck in the tree, almost in that little pocket right there. And while it's trying to figure out what its next move is, it's still trailing. It's still waiting for the opportunity. And then you get to see it make this super huge leap. This is where the Insta360 comes in clutch because you really can follow the drone and see what type of big moves it's actually making to get the shot. Shot 7, my favorite shot of the day. So once again, Skydio was supposed to be in front of me, but you can't tell from the previous shot. There was no opportunity for it to get ahead of me, so it did what it did and trailed behind me closely. The e-bike, I've been able to do 15 to 20-ish miles an hour depending on how thick the grass is and how firm the ground was. But as it trails around from this corner here from the Insta360, it follows through this little thick bit of trees. I start to hook a left up here. It somehow identifies that there's a huge opportunity in clearing for it to sweep around and jump in front as I'm starting to accelerate up the road. Super amazing. So I hope you liked the commentary and watching the Skydio 2 do what it does best, which is avoid obstacles and put itself in the position to get the best shot possible. Once again, this is LifeOfAccro. I'm AccroBrandon, and this is my life. If you could drop a like, subscribe, or even maybe comment, I'd love that, and I'll see you in the next video where we do the same thing, but with my electric skateboard.